What if I told you that the Falcons' biggest gamble this season might already be falling apart? What if the veteran quarterback brought in to lead Atlanta back to glory is quietly losing a battle no one saw coming? The kind of battle that can end a career, not because of skill, but because of the body giving up. This isn't just football. This is real. This is personal. And it might change everything for the Falcons. The pressure of being the face of a franchise is already heavy. But imagine carrying that pressure while your own body is breaking down. That's exactly where Falcons quarterback Kirk Cousins finds himself today, stuck between a dream comeback and a painful reality that won't go away. Atlanta signed Cousins to be the leader, the answer, the veteran presence who could guide a rising team. But now, behind the smiles and interviews, there's a different story. A quiet, painful battle is unfolding, one that's got everyone in the Falcons organization holding their breath. Let's go back for a second. October 2023. Cousins goes down with a torn Achilles. Fans gasped. Some hoped he'd bounce back quickly. But now we know the truth. It hasn't been that easy. In a recent press conference, Cousins spoke honestly for the first time. He didn't talk about trades, starting roles, or locker room politics. He talked about pain. He talked about struggling just to get his legs back under him. He talked about a comeback that's been far harder than anyone imagined. And that's where the worry begins. Yes, the Falcons drafted Michael Penix Jr. to be the future, but they weren't supposed to need him right now. Cousins was supposed to be the bridge, the calm, the steady hand. But how can he be that if his body won't let him? Before listening to the latest news, subscribe to the channel, like it, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Let's move on to the new news. Now, fans are asking serious questions. Is Cousins truly ready? Can he handle the physical toll of a full NFL season after this kind of injury? Or is the Falcons' quarterback plan already falling apart before the season even begins? The next few weeks could change everything, not just for Cousins, but for the future of the Atlanta Falcons. When the 2024 season ended, most fans believed Kirk Cousins would bounce back quickly. After all, he's a seasoned pro, a leader, a fighter. But what Cousins just revealed paints a very different picture, one filled with struggle, frustration, and a hidden truth that could shake the Falcons' entire quarterback plan. "I thought I was better than I was," Cousins admitted. "On a scale of 1 to 10, I thought I was an 8, but I was actually a 3 or 4. Let that sit with you. The man meant to guide the Falcons into a new era was operating at less than half strength, and didn't even realize it. This isn't just about a leg or an ankle. It's about what happens when even the most experienced players start to lose touch with their own bodies. Cousins wasn't lying to fans. He was lying to himself. That's how badly he wanted to lead. That's how far he was willing to push to prove he still had it. But the body tells the truth. And it did. Despite the pain, Cousins suited up for Week 1. He led the team to a solid 6-3 start. He showed flashes of the quarterback the Falcons paid for. But as the season wore on, something felt off. The spark faded. The throws looked tired. The movement slowed. Elbow pain, shoulder stiffness, and then the ankle. Not the Achilles everyone was watching. The real problem, as Cousins now says, was a stiff, immobile ankle that wouldn't loosen up. It limited his power, his agility, and most of all, his confidence. "I focused on developing strength," he said. "That's what I realized was missing." And that changes everything. The strong finish fans were hoping for never came. The 4-game losing streak wasn't just bad luck or coaching decisions. It may have been the body of a quarterback giving out at the worst possible time. And when the Falcons made the surprise decision to give Michael Penix Jr. his shot in Week 15, maybe it wasn't just about the future. Maybe it was about protecting a veteran who simply couldn't hold on anymore. Cousins says he's stronger now. He believes he's getting back to 7 or 8 on that same 10-point scale. But is it enough? For a team like the Falcons, hungry, rebuilding, and built on young talent, is hoping for almost there, a risk they can afford? Because behind every throw in practice, every warm-up rep, and every preseason game is the same nagging question. Is Kirk Cousins really ready to carry this team, or is the weight too much this time? It's a word that doesn't always grab headlines, but for Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons, it might be the most important word of the season. Cousins was clear. It was a mobility issue. You have to have both, strength and movement, and I didn't have mobility. That confession changes everything. This isn't just about sore muscles or stiffness. It's about a deeper issue, the kind of mechanical disruption that lingers after a major injury. You can lift weights, run drills, throw deep balls, but if your body can't move the way it used to, it's like trying to drive a sports car with a flat tire. Cousins wasn't just limited, he was compromised, and that's a problem not just for him, but for the entire Falcons organization. Now let's look at the big picture. On the same day Cousins opened up about his struggle, Falcons head coach Raheem Morris gave a telling response. If no trade happens this summer, Cousins could remain the number 1-2 quarterback behind rookie Michael Penix Jr. That statement, subtle but powerful, sent shockwaves through Falcons Nation. Once upon a time, teams like Cleveland, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, and the Giants were linked to Cousins. But one by one, those doors quietly closed. Roster spots were filled, plans were made, and now Cousins is left standing at a crossroads. It's not just about what he's already endured. It's about what other teams are seeing now. A 35-year-old quarterback, once considered the steady veteran presence every locker room craves, is now raising red flags with every new update. General managers aren't just thinking about the past. They're asking, can Cousins give us 17 full games? Can he survive a hit from a speeding edge rusher? Can he roll out, escape pressure, keep a play alive? And if the answer is maybe, the interest cools fast. So where does that leave the Falcons? They invested big money and big trust in Cousins. They envisioned him leading this franchise into a new era. But with Penix Jr. now on deck and Cousins openly admitting to physical limitations, that vision is changing. What was once a quarterback competition is becoming a quarterback question. And for Cousins, the path forward isn't just about proving his arm works. It's about proving his body can still take the heat, and that his time in Atlanta isn't running out faster than anyone expected. A battle is quietly brewing in Atlanta, not just on the field, but deep within the very heart of the Falcons' quarterback room. On one side stands Kirk Cousins, a seasoned veteran, highly paid, deeply experienced, and carrying the weight of expectation. On the other side, Michael Penix Jr., a hungry young talent with everything to prove and nothing to lose. This is more than a typical competition. It's a collision of eras, one man trying to reclaim his former strength and another ready to shape the Falcons' future. But let's be real. In the NFL, one thing trumps all: availability. And right now, the biggest concern surrounding Kirk Cousins isn't about whether he can read a defense or throw a tight spiral. It's about whether his body can hold up. Can he stay healthy? Can he move freely? Can he endure the grind of an NFL season? This situation reveals a deeper, more human story, one that many fans overlook. We're not just talking about schemes, stats, or draft picks. This is about the silent, personal war athletes fight behind closed doors, battling rehab, doubt, aging, and the fear that their best days might be behind them. Kirk Cousins is facing a reality that every athlete eventually must. The body doesn't always listen to the will. Yet this doesn't have to be the end. For Cousins, it could be a detour, a difficult, painful chapter in a story that still has more to be written. For the Falcons, however, the clock is ticking. The team has built something exciting, with explosive young weapons and a defense on the rise. Every decision now, including who lines up under center, will shape not just the season, but the identity of the franchise moving forward. Is Cousins still the man to lead Atlanta, or has that torch already been passed? Falcons Nation, The answers are coming, and training camp might be the beginning of the truth.